Here with my man Dawud Bey.
Already.
Yo, it's a lot of history in this locker room, man.
Yeah, man. Some of the posters in this locker room and just in this gym, period, man. You go out there, you just see everybody. You won't see Muhammad Ali directly, but everything from around the Meldrick Hill era on up, Tyson, all of that, all over the gym. It's like a museum.
Yeah, this is definitely a boxing museum.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these cards and I'm seeing dudes on the undercard. I'm like, yo, he was on his undercard?
Yeah. You seeing old coaches. You seeing like all types of. It's real crazy reading these posters sometimes. It can be.
All right, well, that's the past. Speaking of the future of boxing.
Yeah.
Salim Bey.
Oh, man.
Arguably the best. Well, we know he's the best amateur in the United States, but arguably the best amateur in the world currently.
One of. I mean, you got to be fair to the elite guys because he's only 14.
I said arguably.
Yeah,
arguably.
yeah.
Right? Let's talk about it, man. Really, really successful run, but you start to hear things. Start to hear the chirping about what could possibly be next. And, of course, you know what I'm alluding to.
Yeah.
The professionals, but talk about right now the current run before we get to that.
Well, all this year, after the Nationals in December, he was able to beat Marcus Luther. He went and won the Junior Olympics in Vegas. Again, that's like the 5th year in a row he won that. And then he went over to Germany and fought internationally in his first international tournament. He got a gold medal there. And then he went to the box offs in Canada about in September. They had a box off in Canada, so he had a fight without headgear. He won that one 5-0 too. So they've been doing real good. Started sparring at even a higher level. Salim been flirting with boxing world champions since like 16 years old, but this year it got deep. Shit got deep, and he just been doing well under all of it. So, you know what I mean? You got to keep on growing, and you say that humbly, but right now, man, sky's the limit. And I say that just like not even being his dad or nothing, just as a person that's a boxing fan, like sky's the limit right now. He's just doing good.
The guys around Philly knew who he was.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, the young boy, yeah, nice. But you know, the more and more accolades pile up, the big wins, and then all of a sudden, not just world champions, but guys that look like as the face of the sport that's going to carry the sport in the future.
Yeah.
Now he's on their radar.
Yeah.
Where they want to bring him into camp, or now they talking about, okay, well, when he enters the pros, this is what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. Yeah. Like, what is that like for? It was like a switch, kind of.
Yeah. Man, boxing is like, yo, you could be one win away, or you could be one loss away from the whole perception of you changing. So I just think just some of the wins he was able to get this year, and then him, being in the ring with other like high level fighters and like doing well, like word get around. Boxing ain't that big, so you know what I'm saying? What happens in the gym stays in the gym, and I try to be humble about all of that, but he just been doing real good all year. It didn't really matter where you took him or who he was around.
What do you feel like he's improved on the most within this last year? Like, is there a certain ability that y'all added?
You always working little things. Salim is a well-rounded fighter for the most part. I think I more so start to work on like his balance and stuff like that. Just being a real good amateur and having a high level of talent, you get to taking certain risks on certain people because they can't do nothing about it. But then when you start to deal with the pros and stuff like that, you can't take those same gambles. So I think it's more so keeping them honest and sticking to the script at the times where that's necessary, and also allowing them to bend the rules like all great fighters do. Because that's what they do. They bend the rules. Roy Jones bend rules. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, you name it, right? But the rules that they bend, that's based off of fundamentals that's built and work that's done over and over and over and over again to the point that they know their limitations. And then they do what works for them. Or what works for them may not necessarily work for you. that's something that, you know what I mean, it just gets gained over time. So we just work on ourselves. Like, we do 2 a day. Salim don't go to school no more. We train twice a day, sometimes 3 times. Right now, he's in Colorado at the Olympic training facility. So, you know, just working and moving right along.
All right, I got to talk about this or the fans is going to kill me. The professionals.
All right.
That's kind of like what the public is waiting for that announcement. I've been hearing through the grapevine that very, very powerful people is asking for tape of his fight or finding out, okay, when is this fight going to be live?
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about, you know, the top of the pyramid, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so when hearing that, does that put you in a like, damn, like it might be time?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Honestly, it's at that point. It's really just his decision to make. That's my son. Just not just my fighter, he's my son. So as his father, it's like I just have to remind him sometimes to just like take it all in and just think about what you're gonna do and then make a decision. He gets, I wouldn't call it an offer, but he gets inquires, like high level inquires.
You're a basketball guy, right? Is it the equivalent of you being a high school kid?
Yeah, he can skip it.
Yeah, but all of a sudden you look and you see your name number 8 on the mock draft, on every mock draft, and you like, whoa, like, oh shit, here we
it's
go.
It's almost like when an AAU guy has a big year all of a sudden in the 11th grade, and then it's like 12th grade, they like, oh, you know, now you got to deal with such and such, but in 10th grade they wasn't saying that. Yeah, it's like that. It happens in boxing, but you know, I mean, that's what we work for. I got $50,000 to $100,000 tied into like taking him to tournaments, and boxing is expensive. Over the past 10 years, man, who knows how much money I done spent on this board. Like, but this is what it took to get him to this level. This was the goal to get here.
I saw a cool moment at the Boots versus Lima fight. Well, Boots versus Lima, I think it might have been the press conference or the weigh-in. Danny Garcia walks in because he was fighting that next week. And there was a moment between, like, you know, him and Boots where he dabbing Boots up, you know, congratulating him for all the success and proud of him. Yeah. And it got me thinking, Danny got Boots by 10 years.
Yeah.
And then you got
Boots about 10 years older than Salim.
Boots carrying the mantle now, but then you got Salim coming up who's 10 years younger than Boots.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it never stops. It's you literally see the passing of the torch throughout boxing.
Yeah, but it just keep on moving in a circle. You keep on working, and then they start talking about you, and then it's your job to show up numbers so the stuff that they said is true, right? Mm-hmm. So it keeps on going, man. I mean, we here to work and be a part of Philadelphia boxing history. That's all.
Speaking of Boots, he pulls up on Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah.
Pulls up on Virgil Ortiz after Virgil's dominant win against Eric Salubin, so salute to him for that.
Yeah.
But pulls up, tells him it's time, says that, respect to Virgil. Virgil asked him to come over here because he was already in the ring. Okay. But asked him to come over. And he said that you are going to pay for everything that your manager, your trainer, and your father's been saying. So, of course, there was a back and forth. And now it got everybody fucking excited because Virgil was like, well, is that a yes? And Boots like, yeah, it's a yes. And then right after that, they started the Earl Spence talk, and that was his dream fight. And
what is a dream fight?
And Oscar saying that, he's the A side and he's the money man in the division. Like, what did you make of it? Like, was it a high and a low when you saw that?
First of all, like, I was happy to see Boots go, like, approach him at the fight, because, like, if you know Boots, he kind of, like, reserved. He not really trying to say too much. Like, if you know him, when you're around him, that wasn't nothing. Like, he could be like that. But, like, for as far as the world and all of that stuff, people on TV, they don't really get to see him like that. I feel like, Robert Garcia and Oscar and all of them, they've been having fun running around calling Boots a duck and all that. Like, it's all well and good, the duck games. Oh, we offered him to fight, he didn't say nothing, whatever. But now he at your post-fight presser, well, not your post-fight presser, but in the ring, and he coming to call you out, and you in there talking about, is that a yes? And then you get off of that, and then you go and you start talking about this dream fight with Earl Spence. You only want to fight Earl Spence because Earl Spence ain't been fighting, man. Earl Spence ain't been boxing in like 3 years. since the Terrence Crawford fight. So now, all of a sudden, why is we discussing Errol Spence? I seen the thing today on the internet earlier, and like the zone is like, nah, they stuck a fork in the Spence fight. They like, we don't want that shit. Because don't nobody want to see you fight Errol Spence right now, bruh. And the whole thing about it is, first of all, when did he become an A-side with all of this? When was he that? Are we saying that just because he's a Mexican? Because he's not that Mexican guy. He just had a fight with that place where he was at. What they hold? 15,000 in there?
14,000.
What he sold?
I don't know. Maybe like 8, 7, in between 7 and 9.
You couldn't pack that out. You ain't never sold no pay-per-views. You ain't got no big viewership or nothing like that. Why are you the A-side? Like, we're not going to just say somebody the A-side because they a Mexican. It's getting disrespectful now. And then it's like, I ain't even proud of it, but black people like the biggest consumer in the world. That's not nothing to be proud of or, you know what I mean? But I'm saying that to say, no, Boots got the black dollar behind him. He has the black boxing fans behind him. He but so far he been selling more than Virgil. He get more viewership and everything and stuff like that than Virgil. All of this A-side talk is nonsense. It's just a way for him to duck the fight. And it's like, I don't even respect that. I remember when Lara did some shit like that to Canelo. Canelo was like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Oscar, get me that fight next.
I remember that.
Get me that fight next, Oscar. I'm not trying to hear none of that business shit, none of that. He in here disrespecting my presser, and he gotta fight me.
He got him on the stage, and Canelo kind of looked at him like yo.
Canelo like, yo, what's up with you? Like, you see what I'm saying? And then the difference was, like, Boots and Virgil had a lot of back and forth. Canelo and Lara wasn't going back and forth like that. Like, for real, Lara was out of character doing that. Yeah. Because you never seen Lara, like, walk up and do... Lara ain't even really know how to approach his presser. It wasn't even, like, hardcore. Lara was, like, uber respectful about it. Like, I would like to fight. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he came there like, yo, I had to come to your shit. I would like to fight. And Canelo like, who you talking to? But he wasn't even talking spicy. Boots was talking spicy with a hoodie on and all that. He came down to Dallas, Texas, and hollered at you in your own joint, bro.
I remember Oscar was on a plane with Canelo. He was talking about how this was a dangerous fight, how he didn't want it. Canelo stopped him in the middle of the joint, kind of like yelled at him a little bit, like, yeah. I want Lara.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not trying to hear that shit. Because he playing with me, like, who he think he talking to. All of the words that done went between Virgil and them and Boots and them, whether it was Virgil and them or not, I found that funny of him to be trying to, like, make it clear that we wasn't talking and all that. Like, I knew right there when he was doing that, it was going to be funny. Then he started talking about my dream fight. Man, the fact is, Boots is a young, prime BA, and Errol Spence not right now. He's just not right now. And I'm an Errol Spence fan. I like Errol Spence more than I like Terrence Crawford. I like Errol Spence, but nah, man, ain't no Errol Spence fight. That's BS. And then Charlo, now you want to fight Charlo. You want to fight everybody except the young prime guy that's young and prime like you, undefeated like you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all at the same spots in y'all career. Ain't nobody the A-side. Like Boots has been a world champion. Virgil never carried no belt. You not the A-side just because you Mexican. First of all, do Virgil Ortiz be speaking Spanish? Because the Mexicans don't ride with you like that when you don't speak Spanish. Matter of fact, if you want to really get into it, he not the fighter, Ben Rodriguez, they back Ben Rodriguez like that. You know what I mean? I ain't never, no, Virgil, no, you ain't that, brother. You ain't that. You ain't that, brother. No, that's what Tank said? Remember what Tank said that? Yeah, Virgil, you ain't that, brother. No, brother, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.